and girls, welcome to Jahan-e Mann, your own channel. Today is Wednesday, the special day for the women. Nari Tere Man Ki Baat. And during lockdown, you all know that the women were the most sufferers, how they have treated their families and how they have taken care of their spouses, their children, and the entire household. It is quite a heroic act, and we all must congratulate them and appreciate their efforts. During this time, it was said that the even domestic violence was more, and they were the victim of the domestic violence. And there were many other issues. So it is our duty and responsibility to discuss that how emotional well-being of women can be maintained during pandemic and even post-pandemic. And to discuss this important topic, today we have a very special guest from Indonesia. We have Nurul Fitri, who has just graduated, and after that she has taken up social enterprising, and she is entirely engaged into English teaching to its community and the country people. So Nurul Fitri, welcome to Jahan-e Mann. This is an educational channel. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Madam Haleema. It's such a pleasure to be here.
And this is a live show.
I'm so excited to share what I have.
Yes, Nurul, this is a live show. So our audience are watching you. And today our topic of discussion is that emotional well-being of women, whether they are married or unmarried. So now over to you, please.
Thank you so much. I'd like to ask you, during the pandemic, you must have spent most of your time at home and probably with your parents. And how's your relationship with your mother? How your relationship with your mother? Do you?
Yes, I think Alicia will be able to say. Alicia, how was your relationship with your mother during pandemic?
Ma'am, that was great.
That was great. Okay. Do you still, in my case, sometimes I still, reluctant when she asks me to do so many things, because she will make a long narration before the order. For example, clean the table, and the narration will be like really longer. Like he would say, like, it's beautiful to clean the table and compare the houses with another, you name it. So yeah, for me, I feel like I want to escape instead. But yeah, it's our duty to understand our mother sometimes, right?
If you ask me, it was with my husband. It was with my husband. Every day there was nagging, because everybody is all the time 24/7 together. So sometimes conflicts, difference of opinions, and like many things were there.
Exactly. And it's not easy to behave with those who are closer to us, right? It's easy to behave with new people, right? Because they don't know us, they don't have prejudice, they don't, we don't spend much time with them. But it's harder to be good, to be kind with our families, which is something that I'm still working on. And I believe you are all still working on. Right. And that's why when you ask me to present a material for women, I would say, like, that would be really great if a woman has this emotional well-being, right? To educate the children, for a mother, and also for unmarried. When we talk to people in our working environment, so this will be really helpful to be able to control your emotion, to reach your goals, of course. Okay, we have more people to come. Hello, welcome. All right, so we are talking about well-being for women, which is necessary for women to step up. We have big role play as women. We are first education for our child. I mean, it's great, and we don't want to stop. We want to go out there and make an impact, right? All right. Let me share my a little bit of my presentation for today of the knowledge. All right, emotional well-being. We will be little bit theoretical for this. So, do you know emotional intelligence? Actually, this term is constructed in early 90s, but the one that very famous for this is Daniel Coleman, right? With his book, Emotional Intelligence. So according to him, life success depended more on the ability to understand and control the emotions than on IQ. This is a very famous book that he's writing. And I happened to read that book when I was in junior high school. So it still speaks to me. And the fact that we want to read that because we realize that we're not there yet, but we want to work on it. You know, we want to work on our emotions, and we're still working on it. So yeah, get the book if you're interested in emotional intelligence. However, let me ask you to just quick self check on ourselves, okay, whether or not we have this intelligence, we are emotional intelligence enough. So as you can see on a table here, high emotional intelligence people accept selves and others. You completely accept what you are right now. Completely. You accept what happened. You don't think about the past, neither the future. You don't think about your goals, your resolutions that you haven't, finished for a long time. No, nothing. No more unresolved resolutions for several years ago. No more. Only now you accept yourself. You accept what happened. And then you can communicate assertively. This is so important to be focal on what you're thinking, on what you're doing, to get people to understand you too, right? So when you're not communicate yourself correctly, assertively, it's not just for you, it's for other people too, for them to understand you too. And then despite empathy, are we care enough for our family, for our friends? And then if we have low emotional intelligence, it's just the opposite. We're still worried, we still feel guilty about our past, and then worry too much about the future. And then this one, I think the standout one is the way we speak to people. We're easily angry, for example. We have bad temper. We need to check on these. Please check on this on yourself. And the next one is lax empathy. The one that stands out here is when you keep thinking about yourself, you're being selfish. It means that we're lack of empathy, right? So this is about emotional intelligence, and the theory, the construct of emotional intelligence is still undergoing. So what's the definition of emotional intelligence? It is a set of abilities, verbal or nonverbal, that enable a person to generate, recognize, express, and understand and evaluate their own and others' emotion in order to guide thinking and action and successfully cope with environmental demands and pressures. Now you see with the definition, how is it more required now than the IQ in a working environment? But if two both can work, then that's a lot better. Well, the thing about I'm gonna stop sharing now. The thing about this emotional intelligence is that there are so many trainings on this, right? Okay, and usually it based on the effects that people might have after having when you have the emotional intelligence, your performance at school, for example. High emotional intelligence can help you navigate the social complexity in your workplace, lead and motivate others, excel in your career or in school. And then next affects your physical health. If you're unable to manage your emotions, you're probably not managing your stress either. This can lead to serious health problems. It can raises your blood pressure, suppress the immune, especially during the COVID. Your physical health is really important to get the immune, right? And then next is your mental health. This is also really related to our immune system. So uncontrolled emotion and stress can impact your mental health, make you vulnerable, depressed, and this is serious. Especially during the COVID, we need to check this. If you're unable to understand it, get comfortable with or manage your emotion, you will be struggling with your relationship too, right? Which is the next point. So by understanding your emotions and how to control them, you're better be able to express how you feel and understand how others are feeling. And that makes you socially intelligent. By being in tune with your emotions, you can serve people, right? Especially as a Muslim, it's to benefit people, right? The best among you are the one who serve people, right? The benefit people. However, these effects, the construct of IE, is not without critics and problems. There are difficulties in agreement over its concept, whether it is a dynamic quality which can be trained or improved, or a more fixed or personal trait. So if I don't suggest you to go to train for example, emotional intelligence for students, for emotional intelligence training for mother, because it's still not there yet. What do we measure when we measure IE is not that fixed yet. How do we measure IE, and when do levels of emotional intelligence make a direct difference in our surface outcomes? Does emotional intelligence have an impact on working environment, and to what extent can emotional intelligence be developed or thought? So it can be, emotional intelligence training in the business community is a lucrative business. So they all based on these things, right? And then testing the using current instruments is expensive and complex, right? So it's still without empirical evidence to support the idea that, it can be improved by increasing emotional intelligence. And then the widespread adoption of programs to increase emotional intelligence should not like joining train if that's just so complex for you. However, let me share my things again. Okay, we can use these attributes first. Personal competence, For knowledge, we have self-awareness, knowledge of the self, assessment, and self-confidence. And then for management, we can have a control over ourselves. And then integrity, we have integrity, achieve our goals, adaptability, initiative and innovation, and learning orientation. We have the self-control. And for our relationship, we have empathy, service orientation, organizational acumen, appreciating diversity, and we can manage our relationship in communicating, developing others, facilitate the team performance, managing conflict, building influence, and then catalyzing change and being inspiration for others. So these attributes at least make us know about emotional intelligence in general, right? But let me tell you one thing that you can practice, and then this is automatically enhanced. All these attributes automatically enhanced, and that is, you all know it, it is to practice patience. Just do this and it will automatically enhance your emotional well-being. Patience is the ability to keep a good attitude while working for what you believe in. Turn off. Keys to patience. There are 2 keys to patience. You don't need to remember all the attributes, focus on these, and by the will of God, it will enhance your emotional well-being. Number 1 is to bear the temptation, right? It's not easy to not eating the other cookies. Oh, especially if you're staying at home, it's not easy to not eating sweets, candies, if you're to students, chocolates. So bear the temptation to not watch K-pop, for example, to not scrolling on social media. This is huge. But if you could do that, then you have one key. But I believe that we're working on it because it's not easy. It's not easy. That's why you need number 2. Have a strong faith. Have a strong faith. We are weak. So that's why we need God, right? Have a strong faith to our purpose of life, to realize that we're weak. We can't do without God, right? And have a clarity of purpose of life will make you, working on the temptation. If you have a strong faith, by the will of God, you can bear the temptation. So we need to work on this. So how patience leads to emotional well-being? 1, more deliberate decisions being made. Patience gives you time to reassess the context, using your vision as a backdrop to weigh the pros and cons, right? That's why impulsive decision taken often leads to making mistakes. So take your time. Do not in a hurry. In a hurry is a friend of the devil, right? Satan. So yeah, take your time. And number 2, less stress and better health. Deliberately processing situation as objectively as possible, right? Do not use your feelings. For example, you fail. Oh, no way, I'm stupid. No. Do not use your feeling. Being objective. Maybe you just do not learn exercise. You don't prepare. That doesn't mean you're stupid. The control of your emotion creates a context where you are in a better situation to deal with difficult situation with ease and poise. Right. Make the objective. See things as it is. But sometimes we fail to do this. But yeah, we need to try. Next, assist in developing understanding and empathy. Patient individuals take time to process what they have to endure. So develop understanding of what it takes for others to go through similar circumstances, right? I mean, especially young teenagers, we need to take time to understand our friends, not just for teenagers. Being able to communicate with them assertively, do not take things personally. I think is very important for this. If you are WhatsApp, for example, oh, she doesn't reply my WhatsApp. Oh, she just write it. It's so easy to get, stressed just by that. I mean, if you're a teenager, and your text message is just being read, I mean, it's easy to be upset. But remember empathy, thinking positive. Maybe she's going through a difficult time too, right? So think positive. And then next is gives one insight into the process of growth. When we realize a vision takes time and energy, and then all the beneficial growth is not instant, right? All of it, all of great things can't be achieved without patience. Like Imam Al-Ghazali says, to get what you love, you must first be patient with what you have. And that's conclude my presentation for today. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much, Ms. Nurul. It was very comprehensive and it was spoken from the heart, and it was very clearly mentioned. Each and every word was very clear. Now here we have the teacher and the student with us, and we will have the questions if they have any on emotional intelligence. So I request Gurpreet Kaur ji. Gurpreet Kaur.
Hello, yes, ma'am.
Yes, how are you?
Nice to meet you again. Yeah, I'm good, ma'am.
So Gurpreet, we are talking about the emotional well-being of women, especially today is a women's special program, and Nurul is from Indonesia, and you are from UAE, and I'm from India, and Alicia is from? Alicia?
Ma'am, I'm also from India. Ma'am,
Oh, she's from India. Alicia is from India
You are
too.
from?
India.
India.
Which place?
Ma'am, from Delhi.
Okay, from Delhi. So to me, emotional intelligence is the most difficult topic. First of all,
Right.
understand exactly what emotional intelligence is. And what we behave, we think it's quite natural. If somebody is like very angry, and shouts at everything, and then throws the thing out of anger, the people will say, oh, he is like that, or she is like that, she does like that. So nobody tries to understand that why she does like that, because that is not a normal behavior. And if it is persisting, it means that we have to take the help of professionals.
Right.
And yes, and when we talk to take the help of professionals, the people will be after us saying that it means that she is not normal, she's mad.
Yeah.
So first of all, we have to understand, even I know for myself that I'm also like very short-tempered person. Very easily I get irritated, very easily I get angry. And then for that, like earlier I was even more. Then I have worked upon that, like, through meditation, through reading the books, and especially the motivational quotes. So these motivational quotes are very helpful. And then in this way, we have to gradually change our pattern, abnormal behavior pattern. We should not accept everything, even for the children also. You know, there was a girl who used to shout repeatedly for anything, like linge, 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 like I will take, I will take, I will take, I will take. So like so fast and many a times. Then the people used to say, the parents and the relatives, she is like that, she does like that.
Right, you are right.
But
Yes.
if she is in the stable emotional status, she won't do it. There is something disturbing her. There is some maybe temporary some disturbance. That's why she is behaving abnormally. So, Madam Gurpreet, what do you have to say on this?
Yes, ma'am. It's a very difficult topic to discuss about the emotional intelligence, because being a woman, I can also say, when I was girl, so I was also very short tempered for everything. Like if I want something, so I was also doing lot of drama, tantrums. No, I wanted. So the same thing when I grew up, I got married, and I am looking in my children as well. So then I am thinking, okay, how difficult it was with my parents to handle me. So of course, sometimes because of the atmosphere, what they are looking, because we have to very careful in front of our children, and I can say with the atmosphere also, we children's and people are getting affected. What we are looking, sometimes we are unable to express our feelings, so everything is going on in our mind, we're keeping inside everything, and one day it comes with the blast, so we are blasting, and that's why so of course, for meditation, of course, help us to keep us calm, and give us a relief to stable our mental stress and everything. So it's really wonderful session. And I learned some new things also from the another ma'am from Indonesia. So it was really wonderful.
She is Nurul
Thank
Fitri,
you.
ma'am.
Nurul. Okay. Yes, Nurul ma'am. Thank you so much. It was very informative session. Thank you.
Yes, Alicia,
Yes,
how,
ma'am.
how is your emotional intelligence?
Ma'am, that was not so good. I am also short-tempered girl, and I got angry in just short things. And the session was really great.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You have to work upon that, because nowadays, especially, I have seen that the children are more conscious about this, and they are very cautious, and they maintain their cool, and they you will not see them like speaking loudly and shouting at any of them, as it was like earlier times. The bosses used to shout on the subordinates. So now this type of culture is a big no-no. Everybody is working mutually. So that's really good that the people are understanding now that how important it is to be intelligent emotionally. So thank you very much, Nurul, and thank
Right.
you,
Thank you.
Alisha, thank you, Gurpreet, thank you, Aisha Siddiqa. And on behalf of Jahan-e Mann, let me share my gratitude to Nurul Fitri, who has joined us this evening with us.
Thank you so much.
So Nurul, this letter of appreciation is for you, and may God always bless you. And whenever Jahan-e Mann needs
Amen.
your help, you please be with us. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you. Oh, I'm so happy for this. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Welcome, and take special care of yourself. With
Thank
this,
you.
with this, we come to the end of today's show. I hope that you all like this program. And if you have any queries, any questions, you please write to us, and we will forward your questions to our resource person. And let's all live happily and stay emotionally strong. That is my prayer for today for everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you.